Now, to present the L. Ron Hubbard Lifetime Achievement Award, please welcome to the stage Contest Director Joni Labaki and last year's recipient of this very award, Orson Scott Card.
The L. Ron Hubbard Lifetime Achievement Award is bestowed to individuals for their outstanding contributions to the fields of writing and art. It has in the past been presented to luminaries and masters Jack Williamson, Frederick Pohl, Algis Budrys, Frank Frazetta, Anne McCaffrey, Frank Kelly Freas, Robert Silverberg, Larry Niven, Jerry Purnell, Charles Brown, Gregory Benford, and Orson Scott Card. This year, we are presenting the award to a very special individual and friend.
He is the president and publisher of science fiction and fantasy publishers Tor, Forge, and Orb Books. And while our contest has been discovering new science fiction and fantasy talent, Tom's publishing efforts have literally kept the genres in print for all those years. I have to take that a little personally because he has kept me in print for all those years, and I'm especially appreciative. And in the spirit of paying it forward, that includes publishing and taking under his wing a parade of Writers of the Future winners. For over 3 decades of dedicated service to the field of science fiction and fantasy and new generations of writers and artists, it is now our greatest honor and privilege to bestow the L. Ron Hubbard Lifetime Achievement Award to Tom Doherty.
Authors, judges, writers, and illustrators of the future, friends here tonight and watching the event wherever you may be, thanks particularly to the Writers of the Future organization, which does so much to bring us exactly that. To have your life's achievement recognized by an organization whose programs include the work of so many talented and creative people, it's a very special thing. I've always felt so lucky to have spent my life in publishing, this business of ideas, this business where our essence and delight is in the sum of the talents of our people. The authors, the artists, the editors, and those who bring their vision to the public. If you'll forgive a paraphrasing of Edgar O'Shaughnessy, here with the music makers, here with the makers of dreams, world builders and world creators, dreamers and makers of dreams. Writers and illustrators of the future, congratulations on all you do and have done to bring us the next generation of those dreamers and makers of dreams. I'd like to thank the authors who created the foundation for where the genre is today. They got me dreaming. Heinlein, Herbert, Bradbury, Hubbard, Asimov, Arthur C. Clarke, Andre Norton. Andre, who I began reading when I was in 5th grade. When I started Tor, she was willing to take a chance on a new venture, and she wrote for us a novel she called Forerunner. So appropriate a title for Tor book #1. For any success I've had keeping my own and dreams of others alive, I'd like to acknowledge the authors we publish. 40 of them, winners or judges of this contest. Among those here tonight, Greg Benford, Kevin Anderson, Orson Scott Card, Jerry Pordell, Robert Sawyer, Dave Farland, Doug Beeson, Larry Niven. Our author roster includes such stellar past writers of the future winners as Tobias Backel, Ken Scholes, Ken Liu. And by all past records, we'll be adding to that roster from winners here tonight. Ian and Betty Valentine, who, before I knew them, had started the first monthly science fiction publishing program, which, when I was selling it, included Larry Niven's Ringworld and Anne McCaffrey's Pern. While I was their sales manager, they started the first monthly fantasy program, where we launched Tolkien in North America. But they took the time to mentor me in things you might not normally learn in sales. Harold Roth, who offered me my first job as a publisher, it was at Grosset and Dunlap. And he bought us Ace when we had success publishing fantasy and science fiction in a young adult line called Tempo. The strong growth at Ace Tempo provided the credibility I needed to get the additional capital I needed to start Tor. Tor, where I get to work with my talented daughters, Linda Quinton, Associate Publisher and Vice President of Marketing, Kathleen Doherty, Young Adult Publisher and Director of Institutional Marketing. These two who do so much of the work for which I get the credit. While I was having fun here all week, they were back working. I'm blessed to work with great authors like Scott Card, Robert Jordan before his untimely death, Brandon Sanderson, Terry Goodkind, David Weber, Larry Niven, so many more. Our editors, our art directors, and the artists they work with, our sales, marketing, and publicity people. Together we built a company whose accomplishments got me invited to speak in Russia at Leningrad State University, where I met my beautiful wife, Tatiana, who's down there now. To spend your life working with such people, working in such fields of dreams, to be given an award for doing what I do for play, what could be better? Thank you, Writers of the Future and its late founder, L. Ron Hubbard, for the start. You've given so many authors and illustrators who've become part of the Tor family. You've helped a lot of dreams come true. Together, all of us, we build new tomorrows. Thank you for all you do to make those tomorrows better and stronger. Thank you all.